Hello, my dear students. Today we are on the last area of numericals because till now we were discussing numericals on the chapter number 5, that is states of matter. So among the numericals, most likely or most expected probable numericals are from the ideal gas equation, which is PV equal to nRT. So using that equation, we can derive one density also. Therefore, that was given top priority from exam point of view. Otherwise, from knowledge point of view, entire chapter is important. So, I once again welcome you all for the last session on numericals on the chapter number 5, states of matter. Okay, right. Today's numerical number 1. Payload is defined as the difference between the mass of displaced air and the mass of the balloon. Calculate the payload when a balloon of radius 10 meters, mass 100 kg is filled with helium at 1.66 bar at 27 degrees centigrade. Density of air equal to 1.2 kg per cubic meter. The gas constant R equal to 0.083 bar dm cube per Kelvin per mole. In the numerical, first he has given the definition of a payload. Okay, so because this is a new word to all of us, that's why he has defined first what is meant by payload. This we use whenever we go for adventure activities like a hot air balloon, where the hot air balloon in the atmosphere displaces some amount of air. That is called as what? Payload. Okay. So what is the question here? Question is calculate the payload when a balloon of radius 10 meters, mass, all this given. Okay, right. Now let us calculate the volume of balloon first. Here balloon is taken as a circle. It is presumed. Okay, though it is not a circle shape, but it is taken as a circular. So keeping this point in the mind, volume of balloon is equal to, we apply the formula of a circle here, which is equal to 4 by 3 pi r cube. So what is r? R is radius and it is given in the question. So it is 10 meters. Therefore, volume equal to 4 by 3, pi value is 3.14 approximately taken into r cube, that is 10 cube. So if you simplify, the answer for the volume is 4186.7 meter cube. 4186.7 meter cube is the volume of the balloon. Okay, that means the volume of the balloon. Now, what is mass of displaced air? Okay, how much mass is displaced? For this, you have to multiply the volume with the mass given. So that much is the air displaced. Okay, right. Already we know the volume we have calculated here. Now if you multiply this by what? By the mass, which is equal to 1.2 kilogram per cubic meter. Okay, then what we get? Answer 5024.204 kilogram. That is the mass of the displaced air when the hot air balloon is in the air. Okay, right. Now this is the first part. Now to calculate the payload, so we already know what is payload equal to from the definition in the given in the question itself. Payload equal to mass of displaced air minus mass of the balloon. So mass of displaced air is known. What about the mass of the balloon? So to calculate the mass of the balloon, we have to go for the second part of the numerical. That is, we'll calculate using the PV equal to nRT. What is moles of gas present? We know that helium gas is there. Okay. So how many moles of gas is there in the balloon? That is calculated using the PV equal to nRT. Here n is what? N is number of moles. So number of moles equal to what? URT transferred to the LHS. That becomes what? N equal to PURT. Okay, what is P here? P is given. It is 1.66 bar. And what is V? Volume just now we have calculated 4186.7 meter cube. And what is by R? Gas constant he has given already. Okay. So, and temperature what? Temperature is at 27 degrees centigrade converted to Kelvin. So, 273 plus 27 equal to 300 Kelvin. So, please simplify this one. And the moles of gas present equal to 279.11 into 10 to the power 3 moles. Okay, this is moles. when we know the moles of helium, can we calculate the mass of helium? Because what is the number of moles formula? Number of moles equal to mass given by the molar mass. Okay, when the moles is given, aram se we can calculate the mass. How to calculate the mass? Multiply moles into the what? Molar mass. That is the mass of the helium. So therefore, mass of helium equal to number of moles into what? Molar mass of the helium, which is equal to 4 from the atomic mass table. Okay, right. So after the multiplication, answer is 1116, that is 1116.44 kilogram. Okay, excuse me. Now, mass of filled balloon. Mass of filled balloon. This is what? Mass of helium. Okay, now mass of the only balloon, 100 kilogram. Total mass how much? Total mass is 1216.44 kilogram. So this is what? This is the total mass of the filled balloon. Now we'll come to the payload. What is payload? Payload equal to mass of displaced air minus mass of the balloon. Mass of displaced air already from the first part. The second part is mass of balloon, just now we have calculated. So if you minus it, what is the answer? So payload equal to 3807.6 kilogram. Okay, right, very good. Second numerical. Calculate the volume occupied by 8.8 gram of carbon dioxide at 31.1 degrees centigrade and at 1 bar pressure. R value is given. Okay, right. Calculate the volume occupied by 8.8 gram. Okay. 8.8 gram of carbon dioxide means how many moles of carbon dioxide? Same formula. Okay, number of moles equal to mass given by the molar mass. Therefore, 8.8 by molar mass of carbon dioxide. Carbon is 12, one oxygen is 16. There are two oxygen atoms. So, totally 16 plus 16, 32 plus 12, 44. So, 44 is the molar mass of carbon dioxide. Therefore, number of moles of carbon dioxide equal to mass given by the molar mass. That is 8.8 by 44. That gives you what? Number of moles of carbon dioxide, which is equal to 8.8 gram of carbon dioxide. Okay, right. What is the pressure? 1 bar. Temperature? How much temperature? If it is not given, it is taken as 273 Kelvin. Okay. So here he has given what? 31.1 degree centigrade. That means you have to add 273. So which is equal to 304.1 Kelvin. So R equal to gas constant already given. So we have to calculate the volume occupied. Therefore, PV equal to nRT. So V equal to what? V equal to nRT by P. So N value, R value, and the T value by pressure is 1 bar. So if you multiply, what is the answer? Answer is 5.05 liters. Therefore, the volume occupied by 8.8 gram of carbon dioxide at 31.1 degree centigrade and at 1 bar pressure is equal to 5.05 liters. Now, today's numerical number 3, 2.9 gram of a gas at 95 degrees centigrade occupied the same volume as 0.184 gram of dihydrogen at 17 degree centigrade at the same pressure. What is the molar mass of the gas? This gas. Okay. Right. Gas we don't know exactly. Okay. Right. Okay. Let us take the molar mass as M. Okay. Right. Now, what is moles of gas? Moles of gas is what? Mass given by the molar mass. What is the mass given? Mass of the gas is 2.9. Molar mass, we don't know. So it is 2.9 by M. Okay. Temperature is given at what? At uh, 95 degree centigrade, which is equal to 368 Kelvin. So T is known, N is known. Okay. So using PV equal to nRT, let us calculate the V. What is V equal to? V equal to nRT by P. So only N will put here. N equal to what? 2.9 by M. And R you keep as it is, P you keep as it is because we don't know. Then 368 is the temperature. This is what? This is the volume of the gas. What is the volume of the hydrogen? For this, you have to calculate moles of hydrogen. So moles of hydrogen equal to what? Mass given of the hydrogen is 0.184 gram. So therefore, moles of dihydrogen equal to mass given by the molar mass. Molar mass of H2 equal to 2. Therefore, it is 0.184 by 2, which is equal to 0.092 moles of hydrogen. Temperature is given, okay, at 17 degrees centigrade here in the question. So, which is equal to 290 Kelvin. Now, volume occupied by the hydrogen equal to what? Same formula. P equal to nRT. Therefore, V equal to what? nRT by P. So, this is the N value, this is the R value, this is the 290 temperature by P. Why I am keeping R and P cancel? Why I am keeping R and P same in these two equations? Because the condition given in the question is what? Condition is 2.9 gram of a gas at 95 degrees centigrade occupied the same volume. Okay, both have same volume. So when both have same volume, so this is equal to this equation 1 equal to equation 2. That's why I am keeping the R and P as it is. Okay, understood? Right. So now equation 1 becomes equation 2 in terms of volume because same volume. So here R and P gets cancels and everything is known except the mass, molar mass. Therefore, after the cross multiplication, molar mass equal to 40 gram per mole. Therefore, the molar mass of the gas is equal to 40 gram per mole. Okay, very easy. So why we do all these rearrangement? Just to get the molar mass. So you have to see the given condition. Okay, so given condition gives you the answer. Here 1 equal to 2. That is the condition here. Okay, right. Yeah. Now next numerical of the day. A mixture of dihydrogen and dioxygen at 1 bar pressure contains 20% by weight of dihydrogen. Hydrogen is what? 20%. Then what about the oxygen? If you take it as 100, it is 80% clearly. Okay, right. Question is what? Question is calculate the partial pressure of dihydrogen. Right. Let us take the total mass of the mixture be 100 gram. Okay. If it is 1 gram of the total mixture, then hydrogen equal to what? 20 gram, oxygen equal to 80 gram. Clear. Now, that means 20 gram of hydrogen, 80 gram of dioxygen, which is equal to 100 gram. When you know the mass of oxygen, which is equal to 80 gram, okay, then what is the number of moles of oxygen? 80 by molar mass. Molar mass is 32, which is equal to 2.5 moles. Right. Now, what is the number of moles of hydrogen? It is a 20 by molar mass of hydrogen 2. So 20 by 2 equal to what? 10. So number of moles of CO2 equal to 2.5 moles. Number of moles of H2 equal to what? 10 moles. So now the total number of moles equal to what? 10 plus 2.5, which is equal to 12.5. So this is the total number of moles of hydrogen and the oxygen. Right. Now when we know the total moles, using the total moles, it is easy to calculate the mole fraction of hydrogen. Let us use the knowledge of the first chapter. Mole fraction equal to what? Moles of that by total moles in the mixture. What is the moles of hydrogen here? Moles of hydrogen is equal to 10. What is the total moles in the mixture? It is 12.5. So 10 by 12.5 equal to 4 by 5, which is equal to 0.8. So this is the mole fraction of hydrogen. Once we know the mole fraction of hydrogen, using the Dalton's law of partial pressure, we can easily calculate the partial pressure. Okay. So therefore, partial pressure of hydrogen in the mixture equal to what? Mole fraction into total pressure. What is the total pressure? See, mixture of hydrogen and oxygen at 1 bar pressure. In the beginning only it is given. Therefore, this is the total pressure, 1 bar. Right? Mole fraction, just now we have calculated. Therefore, partial pressure of hydrogen is equal to 0.8 into 1, which is equal to 0.8 bar. Okay, very clear. Now, these two I am giving you as homework. Very easy. That's why. So it is for you to practice. How much time would it take to distribute one Avogadro number of wheat grains? Means 6.022 into 10 to the power 23 grains of wheat. Okay. If 10 to the power 10 grains are distributed each second, either you can use this chapter knowledge or even using the first chapter also you can do it. So type. Second numerical is what? How much time would it take to distribute one Avogadro number of wheat grains? Oh, this is repeated. This is repeated. Don't take it. Okay, right. Next. Calculate the volume occupied by 8.8 gram of carbon dioxide 31.28 1 bar. I think this is already done, so you can aram say do it. 2.9 gram of gas at 895 cube at the same volume. Oh, these two also. Okay. So these two are repeated, please. Okay, I have taken. So kindly don't do it. Right. Now, I think this is the new one. Last two are new one. Okay. What are the last two? What would be the SI unit for the quantity PV square T square by N? So this is very important. This is occurred many times. So please try. Okay, I will leave it to you only, which is very easy. That's why I am leaving it to you. This is for a practice problems. Okay, right. Take it as an assignment or homework. Okay. Now today's last assignment. In terms of Charles law, explain why minus 273 degrees centigrade is the lowest possible temperature. For this, you have to go to the Charles law, draw the graphical representation of the Charles law, go for the extra plot. When you go for the extrapolation, that will touch the temperature axis at minus 273.15. That is the called Kelvin temperature, absolute zero. This I explained already in the normal session of states of matter. So using all that knowledge, please do this example. Okay. So that means today we have done some numericals and some two numericals are given as a homework. So please carry out the homework and maintain the notebook so that whenever we discuss in our next section, I think we can clarify how to solve if you don't get the answer. Okay, these are very easy. Can you try it? If you have any, if you have what NCERT textbook, please go to the chapter end questions. There it is given. Otherwise, you go for what Amazon, where he has given some solved numericals. That also will help you. Ultimately, our aim is to solve all the numericals which are given in the chapter. In chemistry, what I have seen from the last 20 years board examination papers, 99.99 from textbook only. He can't change the reaction. He can't change the volume. Okay, so only one and the small disk he can change. Therefore, chemistry fully depends upon the textbook. Only 0.1% here and there. That's why you practice the entire chapter 100% is guarantee. So with this, today we will conclude today's session. Not only today's session, we are going to conclude the states of matter chapter also. Okay, so our next topic of discussion, next chapter of discussion is we will see whether it is a spectral atom we will take or the thermodynamics or the chemical equilibrium. So I will see the board sample papers. So which is given top priority that I will start so that the four chapters which are given in the first part is covered all the numericals and especially in the structure of atom 63 questions are there. So it is the longest exercise of the 11th class. Out of 63, some belongs to quantum numbers and the maximum belongs to what? Heisenberg uncertainty principle. Okay, then that what? How to calculate the Bohr's theory and the other force experiment. Okay, so all the calculation of the wavelength, photoelectric effect. So all those are there. So we concentrate on those examples because structure of atom is given top priority, keeping in mind 12th class. For the 12th class, the entire syllabus is the entire chapter structure of atom is very important. Using that knowledge, we are going to start 12th class in the next academic year. So till then, have a nice time and keep studying for the forthcoming examination. That is a practice for you. The entire syllabus is there. So try your level best to attend every question. Okay, though the last chapter still you are, I know still you are working out, but finish it off by Saturday tomorrow so that you are ready for the examination by Monday and face it with what complete preparation. Let us see what best can be done. Any problems are there in the question paper? We will solve the question paper and then we'll go to the numerical part. Okay. So till then, have a nice time and thank you one and all.